BubbaTac here, and this is going to be hopefully a fairly short video of my initial thoughts and review of the GWACS Armory Power Series AR-15 Mark II lower receiver, specifically their black coloration, and this is actually one of their blemish units. So hopefully this will give you an idea of what you're going to get when you actually get one of those blemish units. To jump into this real quick, the way these come, they are $85. And I don't know what shipping is. I actually picked mine up local, so all I had to do was pay the tax on top of that. And I think out the door with everything was like just over 89 bucks. So a great deal, a little bit more. It's about twice as much as that Anderson Armory was, but there's a lot of value built into it already due to the fact that it already has a stock, it already has the pistol grip, and it already has a trigger guard. So you don't have to buy components to make that happen. It already also comes with pins, so I'll talk about that in a second. So it actually comes with a lot of stuff already built into it that you don't actually have to get separately. So there is a cost savings there. So especially with these blemish units, which they are 100% operational, you know the blemish to them is just like minor scratches. You can see here, we'll go over that in a little bit more, and a little bit of flashing in them, and from the molding, and I'll talk about that in a second as well. But that's the only thing that's going on with them. Other than that, they are 100% usable, and they are actually tested with components before they actually leave the factory to make sure that they are good to go and usable before they're sold. So it's just aesthetics. That's the only thing that's a blemish about it. So what you can be expecting in a blem unit is you can see there's some scratching right there and some scratching right there. There's some more over here, and this is just some aesthetic stuff. When we're talking about the flashing, I don't know how well you can see down in there. There is a little bit, but I was really surprised at, as you check right here in the mag catch and where the actual pins will be going, and the safety selector, and up here and in this channel right here for the bolt hold open, and right down in there for where the trigger drops through, and some of these other locations, and even looking down in the mag well, there is really not a lot of flashing to speak of. I was actually kind of surprised. I don't know if they cleaned it up a little before I got there or what, but I was expecting quite a bit more flashing, and I really don't see that. I did kind of touch up these holes that as it gets bored through, they kind of just, there's a little bit of flashing there, and it just kind of is like a rough edge, and I just with my fingernail took it off. I don't suggest using, because of what they told me when I was there, using sandpaper or files or any of that stuff unless you're just cleaning up things like here in the mag well or whatever, or maybe they were talking about how this is kind of rough after they use their machine to melt it or weld it together. But I don't really see anything wrong with that. It looks like it was pretty well done, especially here on the stock. So they recommend being careful, because these, like that hole down in there for your safety selector, spring and detent, you don't want to mess that up and take any more material than already has been taken away. So you just need to keep that in mind if you plan on cleaning yours up, and you really don't. The way it came to me, other than just kind of taking that rough edge off with my fingernail of these pin, where the pinholes are and where the safety selector goes, it was fine, and I don't really care about a little bit of scratching. It's probably going to get scratched up quite a bit in my use of it, so it's not really a big deal to me. So as I said, it comes with the pins, and these are capture pins. It's pretty cool that it comes with those. Like I said, value built into it. Here's the back one. These are very tight when you actually install your upper receiver, so much so that I won't actually be doing that on camera, because I have to use a little mallet and a punch, but they will wear in over time, as I've been told. And the upper receiver fit to it is very tight, which is a good thing, but just be aware of it, that they said it will wear in over time. It's not that big a deal. You may just need a little to tap that out every now and again when you're cleaning it or whatnot. So the back of it comes with this real nice butt plate that actually has their GWACS Armory insignia and everything on it, and it is nicely checkered. I believe that's made out of aluminum, and it's got the 2 screws. I don't know what's inside there, but I think it's hollow. And the old cab arms used to have a different butt plate to it, where it actually had a storage location, just like in an A2 stock. But I really like this. This checkering is nice. I mean, it is really grippy, and that's going to be nice to hold it into your shoulder. There is full, you know, being fully honest with you, there is a little bit of a gap right there. I don't know if you can see it. That's how small it is. It's not really that big a deal. I don't know if that's just normal or if there's kind of a blemish to it, but that all the way around, everywhere else touches just nicely, and it is as tight as it'll go. It also comes with another pin that goes right here, that if you're going to put your detent that goes in there to hold in your buffer and spring, you put that in, and it comes with a little pin real small pin that you can put in there, but I don't plan on using that myself. There are reasons for that. You know, you don't really need that in there, and it just becomes something that can actually fail on you. So I won't be needing that, but it does come with it. So the length of pull on this, as my understanding, is a A1 style, which is perfectly fine with me. I actually did the test where I moved my collapsible stock on my carbine out. Use this as an example. That's full extension, and then I kind of like having it on that number 2 setting. That's just where I feel comfortable. And when you put those side by side, they're actually the same length. So this length of pull is perfect for me. If I had like in this case, an adjustable stock, that's where I'd be putting it anyways. So that is, you know, perfectly fine. For other people, that may be an issue, that they don't care for that length of pull, but that's how long those are. As far as the pistol grip's concerned, some people like customability. I do too. But I really do like this pistol grip. It fills the hand very nicely. This is with my left hand, and I'm right-handed, but it gives you an idea. Really does fill the hand nicely, and the strength and rigidity of this specific lower is because they mold all these pieces together. This was built from the ground up to be a you know, polymer lower, and they actually use, I wanted to tell you this, they use DuPont nylon with glass fill. It's very strong. You know, it leads to a very strong design, and molding these in and building it from the ground up there, instead of trying to make it look like and be as you know, customizable as a standard AR-15 lower, really went a far way towards making it a lot stronger overall. And as you can see from the testing that's been done by the guys over there at InRange, it is phenomenal as far as the strength goes. It's been run over, shot, everything, and actually, according to GWAC's website, their testing, they actually have a lower that has gone 60,000 rounds and is still trucking. So these are made for longevity. They aren't just a novelty out there for guys that are looking to lose some weight. They're built to last. So I wanted to weigh it for you real quick just to give you an idea. This is with the pins installed. It is 19 ounces, 19.7 ounces. Now this is interesting because according to their website, they actually say one of these with all those installed, the 2 pins installed, is 21 ounces. So I'm less than an ounce, or more than an ounce away. It's quite light. That's nearly half a pound lighter than a conventional one in the same setup using an adjustable stock. And what you're going for is to be lighter than what's out there, and you are achieving that in spades. So I went with the black lower receiver. These can be painted with either Cerakote or Duracoat. That's fine. I wanted to point this out. As far as when I said, you know, being totally honest, where there was a gap back here by the butt plate, actually this is, I have the pins out just to show you. This is lined up where it needs to be, and there is a slight gap between the upper and lower receiver. But when you put those pins in, this is very tight. There is no shake or wobble to it at all. And I mean, I don't even know if you can see where that gap is. I think it's just me being anal, but I just wanted to be completely honest about everything I found with it. There's very low amount of flashing, and there are quite a few scratches on it, but I bet if you kind of wiped on them for a while, they'd probably go away. Most of them go away, and the ones that are on there just kind of give it character. Their cleanup after they welded it together and everything, or melted it together and everything, was done pretty well. And for a blem lower, which is aesthetically only, there's nothing wrong with it, it's 100% functional. For a blem lower, I think it's a pretty good deal, and was put together pretty well. So this was my video of the GWACS lower. Thanks for watching.